I was mad at Ivan because, I just felt like he left me hanging.
Good morning, good people. Dell and we're not beefing, but we're distant. It's cold. Dell's not here. She went to brunch with a friend. So basically, Josiah, he's 7 months now, and we think that he's experiencing like what they call it, a leap, a mental leap. So he's been waking up like after an hour or two and just screaming his head off during the night. And based on what Dell told me yesterday, I believe this is why it's cold in the marriage. We didn't talk about it. But last night she slept on the couch, and I was like, well, why are you sleeping on the couch? She was like, because I don't want to be upstairs with Josiah while he's screaming like that, and I feel like I'm by myself. And I could feel the chill, I could feel the coldness, but it's so what happens with us is something, I guess I do something or I don't do something or whatever, and then there's distance and I can feel the cold, and then what happens is it starts to impact me, so I no longer. No, I'm talking. You're being rude. And I begin to be impacted by it. So it's like, I don't necessarily want to talk. I don't necessarily want to inquire. I did inquire once. I asked her how she was doing or something like that. And she was just like, she's not one of those, I'm fine or I'm okay or nothing's wrong kind of liars. This is what you're doing. You're lying. If something's bothering you, you need to say, you know what, something is bothering me, but I don't want to talk about it right now. Instead of saying, I'm fine. It's a lie. You're not a liar, but you're lying in that instance. But I don't know what she said. She said something to the effect of, like, I'm not well or something. I'm here or something like that. I don't think I followed up with a question. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, if I wanted to get into the nitty gritty of how I feel about what's going on, what I would say is I didn't exactly inquire about what's wrong, but I did inquire about like how she was. And, we still haven't had a conversation about what's going on, which in my opinion is fine. At some point in this process, I will get to the point where I ask like, hey, what's up? Or at some point in this process, she will feel the need to talk about what's bothering her. But I never feel pressed. I feel like you feel a kind of way, I'll give you space to feel a kind of way. I will say, as it relates to the baby, I'm not as bothered by him crying in the middle of the night. I feel like generally, overall, I respond slower to things than she does. And maybe that's why she feels like she hasn't been helped, or she feels alone, because Dell tends to be more consumed by things than I am. There's a book called For Women Only by, I think, Shanti Feldheim. There's a book called For Men Only too. Really good books. You should check them out if you desire to be married or you are married. But she talks about how women, when plagued by something, they can't let that particular thing go. At best, they can minimize it. It's like a computer, but they can't close the program. Whereas us, we could be done because we're better. A few days ago, I wanted to make it a movie day. So sometimes we kind of just sit down. And by we, I mean them. They'll sit down and watch movies because I'm normally not here. I'm at work. So I was like, man, it should be a movie day today. And she was like us, like the family, or us, like me and the boys. And I feel like I was like us, the family. I didn't say that verbatim, but I did answer her in the affirmative in my mind. And she asked me that like 2 or 3 more times, so I guess I didn't answer in the affirmative. But I feel like she just wanted to be sure I wouldn't be in the den just kind of like sitting at my computer. So her spirits began to go lower. So I had to take the time to like, explain to her, like, look, I feel like I answered you. I said I would be in there watching a movie, like I'm suggesting a movie day. But it's like the quote unquote damage had already been done. So I explained to her, like, look, I have every intention of hanging out. I explained the logic behind what was going on because I was sitting at my computer trying to get the movies ready that we were going to watch from our local library. But, like I said, the impact had already been felt. All right, I'll be right back. So, we'll talk about it at some point, and maybe stuff will return back to normal soon.